stuff. That stuff's so bad for you.
It's got 0 sugar,
Okay, yeah.
0 trans fat,
Mm-hmm.
0 carb. It's like there's nothing but air in here. There's nothing in
Then
here
why are you paying for air? Air's free.
because it does have caffeine.
Oh, okay. Well, coffee has caffeine, and it's the same thing. 0, everything.
Check out this new
Yeah.
background.
I like it. I like the background. You
It
like
is Friday.
How you open it on the air? You get mad at me for blowing at my coffee, and you're gonna open a can of soda pop. Yeah. See, we did it on one of those ASLR things.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Good.
Wow.
I would taste it, but COVID.
Christine Clift said last night that because of COVID.
Yeah. I said I would drink some, but
So Christine Clift said that unicorns were her spirit animal.
unicorns.
And so Christine, I went out and this is called Rainbow Unicorn. It is so good. It is so good. But I thought about you when I got it, and it is really cool. We've got some really crazy facts that neither one of us knew.
No. No.
Did you know the Windy City one?
I knew the Windy City was not named after the Windy City, or because of the wind.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was.
I didn't know what the actual answer was.
You want to do some facts?
Let's do some facts.
Fact number 1. It's going to blow your mind. Not really, because we already mentioned the exact fact.
Well, we didn't. Well, if you don't know what the Windy City is, maybe.
If you've been calling Chicago, I used to call it Chicago.
Did you have a speech impediment?
Nope. I was just raised in a small town.
Okay.
Chicago is known as the Windy City. Did you know that it has absolutely nothing to do with the wind? Did you know that?
I did know that, but I don't know the reason.
The reason is
Hit me with it.
Chicago's nickname was coined in the 19th century journalists who were referring to the fact that its residents were windbags and full of hot air. I did not know that. I didn't know that at all, actually. I thought it had to do everything with the wind because, like, every time the Weather Channel talks about them, they're like, oh, the Windy City is windy today. I wonder if any of them know the true
meaning? Maybe
story
some.
behind it.
Probably the guy who does like the tour bus of Chicago.
Yeah.
Those guys probably know. Right.
Did you also know that we are streaming in 4K today? If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see us.
The YouTube?
The YouTube.
Wait. We're on the YouTubes.
We're on the YouTube, man.
Nice. I like it.
And
Big
you
time,
can
buddy.
see us in 4K. You can see all of our blemishes.
Blemishes? Wait. Speak for yourself.
These are gray. See, on Facebook only allows us to stream in 720 because they're haters. But you may or may not be able to see. Look at this gray.
I see it every day.
It comes with kids. Like,
Right.
look, you had a kid and now you got gray.
Well, I had gray before a kid, but yes, I'll go
But
with
look
that.
how much it's flourished.
It's flourished.
It's wonderful.
It's like
but
it's like a weed.
You
It
can
just
watch
keeps
us in
growing.
4K. It is, but it's
Great.
beautiful.
All
Next
right,
fact.
Next fact. Did you know that there is only one letter of the 26 letters in the alphabet that does not appear in any of the 50 states? Yeah. That letter would be
Wait.
Q.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Well, Macy has the show notes, so she
I
would
was
going to
ask her. So the letter, there is only one letter out of all 26.
6.
I almost said 25. There is only one letter out of all 26 that isn't in a state's name.
Correct.
The letter Q.
That is correct. Yep. Speaking of the alphabet, have you heard the new alphabet song?
Don't ruin my childhood.
No.
If you ruin my childhood,
I just thought about this, so this is definitely not on the show notes, and we're not prepared for
did
this.
you make it up?
No, I didn't make it up. No, so it's
Go.
the same tune, right? But
Sing away. Sing away.
if you, I'm not gonna sing it.
Am I putting you on the spot?
No,
Sing it.
no. Well, I don't know the new. So the version, I will give you the part
Go.
that's different.
Go.
So instead of the LMNOP, right? Because they take the 8th notes and put in the 16th notes if you know anything about music.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I don't. But
So they speed up, right, for
Mhm.
LMNOP.
Mhm.
Well, that has been apparently confusing for some kids. So they've taken the LMNOP and then just slowed it down like every other letter, and they take one note for every letter like they did before.
A, B,
So
C, D,
it's
F, G, H,
L, M, N instead of LMNOP.
J, K, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Right.
Okay, so they
L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. So it's just like that. So it just kind of messes up the whole rhythm of the song.
it messes up everything.
Right. I don't like it.
I don't now.
It's
Granted,
almost like Common Core math.
This is
Uh-oh.
exactly
Did I just
like
open
Common
up?
Core. No,
did I just
I mean,
open up Pandora's box?
I'm not good at math. I am openly not good at math. I'm horrible at math.
I'm actually pretty good,
It is.
and I don't get Common Core.
I don't get Common Core.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Did you know that armadillos their shells are bulletproof?
The what?
Their shells, an armadillo shell is bulletproof.
Armadillo,
Armadillo.
or is it armadillo?
It's got an O, but is it silent? Is it? But is it
Oh,
silent?
gosh. All right, we got to
Armadillo.
Y'all got to comment down below. We got a debate here. Is it armadillo or armadillo?
Armadillo. Armadillo.
But you say the O silent, but you're making an A, not an O. So if the O silent, it'd be armadillo.
No.
Right.
Armadillo. Armadillo.
Or armadillo. You said armadillo. Is it a potato situation?
Armadillo.
Tomato?
Oh well, okay. What is this? What is happening here?
You've
Is
already
this a
said-
grammar police place? What?
Macy says Google says armadillo.
Well, yeah. Can you press the sound button? I want to hear.
Oh, here we go. You won't be able to hear it, but we can hear it. Let's see. What does it say?
Press.
Armadillo. That's what she says.
So you've got Google on your side.
I got Google on my
Did
side.
you know that an armadillo shell is bulletproof?
Tim says the Chicago fact is truer today than ever. I believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we've got a perfect city. Yeah. Anyways, not political today, Cam Tim. But yeah, so this was found out when a guy tried to shoot an armadillo, and the bullet ricocheted off the animal and hit him in the jaw. But it's not just one thing. They're bulletproof. That is
Yeah, that's
insane.
I wonder why he was shooting it though. Was it a pest?
Are they pests?
I don't know.
Like, are they viewed as
I
not
don't-
cool? Because
I don't
they
know.
look cool to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna.
And they're in the desert, right?
I believe so. Yep. Every time I see like an old western, you see armadillos.
Right,
walking.
but you don't see them in like the Amazon. So it's the Western, and they're brown.
I don't know. I don't go to the Amazon very often, so I don't go
We
spelunking
should.
around.
The longest English word. Now this one baffled me.
Right.
This one is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Finish your thought, because I think we had the same thought.
The fact that it takes someone 3.5 hours to say the word out loud baffles me.
Yeah.
How can it be that long of a word? Like whoever came up with this word is like
On purpose, you think?
for sake of PG language is not a nice person.
They're really not. Like, I think when they created the word, and it's for Tintin, right?
What's,
I think.
yeah, Tintin. Whatever Tintin
I'm
is.
not going to pretend to know what Tintin is. It's clearly a protein, and of course it has something to do with medical
Or
lingo.
is it Titan? Titin.
Tintin.
There's no N. It's Titin.
Right.
Titan.
Titan.
Titin. Or
Titin. Titin.
Titin. Titin.
Titin.
Oh man, we're going
To
way
10.
off the.
Can you
rectangles
ask
this morning.
Google? Titin. So the longest English word, random fact, is 189,819 letters long.
It's long.
Can you imagine being in English class and they're like, all right, now how many syllables do we have here? And go 1 and 2 and 3.
Well, apparently you'd be clapping all day.
You would be clapping all day because it would take you how long?
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours to say that word.
That's no. Nope, that's the 3.5 hours I'll never get back in my life.
And
Nope,
now
not
people
doing
are
it.
like, well, what's the word? We can't tell you the word. You just got to look it up because it would
Yeah.
take us 3.5 hours. If you look up Titin, you'll find the word.
That is the word.
That is the word.
That's the short spelling of it.
All right.
YouTube video on how to say it, and it's 3 hours, 30 minutes, and 23 seconds.
3 hours, 30 minutes, and 23 seconds. A YouTube video of someone pronouncing it. I want to say at least the first 23 seconds is probably them introducing the video.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh gosh.
That's
So the
really
next
good.
fact.
I didn't know this one.
So I want to say I knew it,
Of course you do.
but it's only by like the illustrations of like the Lion King. Back when I was a kid watching the animated version of Lion King,
As opposed
he
to.
puts his paw inside his dad's paw,
Yeah.
right? And there's only 4 paws, not 5 or 4.
You knew
toes.
that. You.
Well, I felt like I knew it, but like if you asked me how many paws or how many finger toes does a cat have on the rear of his
Uh-huh.
feet, I would have said 5. I mean, right.
I would have to.
But thinking back on it, I'm like, well, back in my mind, the subconscious, I knew it was for. But anyway,
Because of the Lion King, you
because
remember.
Lion King, I remembered. Right, because that one specific scene. It's amazing how that one thing,
It is
anyway.
crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways, cats have 5 toes or fingers, claws. What would you describe them as? Pads. Anyway.
Well, it ain't pads because they got pads underneath
so
of
what
their
are those
paws.
things? What are the things in front of the pads called? Toes, fingers,
Toes.
I guess.
They've got.
But if they're on the front of their hand, are they fingers?
They're still toes. They walk on them. They're toes.
Yeah, but I can walk on my hands, and it's not called toes. It's called fingers.
Walk on your hands the rest of your life. They'll be called toes.
Okay.
I'll call them toes.
I don't want to do that.
Cats walk on toes and
Yes.
pads.
Okay,
and
toes.
feet.
So they have 5 toes.
They have 5 toes up front.
up front, and they only have 4 toes.
They only
in
have
the
4
back.
toes. Go get your cats right now and examine their feet.
Examine their feet.
Look at that cat.
It's 5 and 4.
Look at those feet. Yep, 5 and 4.
Some
Crazy.
experts say that it's believed that makes them faster.
I don't see how, but
I don't know. Let's wait. I don't know.
this is fun. I'm having fun.
I like these facts.
Did you know that the tiny pocket in your jeans, in your blue jeans, that little tiny pocket where you get like pennies and stuff stuck? Did you know that
Jeez.
it's got a
I'm not getting
purpose?
a shop. She wants a shop cat. So I'm highly allergic to cats. However, I've been going to an allergist and getting allergy shots, et cetera, to try and combat my allergies.
You have cats?
I do not. But my wife wants a shop cat because I have a shop out back, right?
Uh-huh.
And good thing about having shop cats or outdoor cats is they kind of get rid
No
of pests.
pests. Yep.
Right. So I was like, I will, now that I have a shop out back where the cat can stay, not in the house,
Right?
can stay in the shop, but it'll be all over my shop stuff. So I feel like I'm still going to be exposed to the
How often do you
allergens
get allergy shots for it?
once or twice a week now still. I'm still in the early stages of my allergy shot stuff.
So
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your
No, that was
pocket.
I am. So wait, hold on. Okay, I gotta finish it. So how long have you? So you've been getting cat shots, allergy
well,
shots,
not just for cats, but for all other allergies.
and cats is a part of the.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering why you were randomly getting
No, not just
like
for cats.
cat
no.
shots, but you don't
like
have a
for,
cat.
grasses and weeds and
Ragweed.
dusts
Yeah.
and things like that. Yes,
So the tiny pocket in your jeans was a tangent.
it was.
It was designed actually for the pockets, the watches, the
Pockets are designed for pockets.
no.
That
What is it
correct.
called? It's
A pocket,
pocket watch. Was that the actual name for them though?
right? Or a timepiece, if you want to get like a pocket timepiece.
Pocket watches.
Yes, yeah.
Do you
Why?
call them timepieces around the house? Or you're all astute?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh, only when I wear
You
my-
answered,
only when I wear my monocle.
Yeah. So so the jean pocket, that little pocket up top. Why don't they get rid of it?
Because it goes with style, and I still use the little small pocket.
no, you don't.
I do.
For what?
If I have something very small, I want secured.
Okay.
Like if I have to take my ring off or something for doing something.
Uh huh.
Right?
And you put it in the small
I
pocket.
put in the small pocket because it's the tightest pocket. Right. It's not going to jiggle around with all the other stuff in your other pockets,
Uh huh.
and it's secure. It's not going to fall out. Yeah, it's a good thing. Did you know that bananas grow upside down?
This one I did.
You didn't know?
No, I did. I
Oh.
did know that. Out of
Oh.
all of them, this one I knew bananas grew upside down.
I did not
just
know that.
because- Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just figured, banana trees and stuff, and they just kind of grow, but I do know that we eat bananas upside down.
So yes, if you've been eating bananas
Right.
your whole life, from like you see this picture
Your hands disappear. There he is. That one.
right here, that is the wrong way to eat a banana. Believe it or not.
Right.
Take. Have you been? Okay, so she knows. Apparently, everybody knew but me until recently. I learned a year ago that if you take the other side of the banana and you just pinch it a little bit, it peels right apart.
Right.
You don't have to go ripping stuff. Yeah, so if you're eating a banana today, go out of your comfort zone and pinch it on the bottom side, which is actually the top side, and just bloop. There you go.
Yep.
Winner.
Monkeys have been doing it for a long time. Yeah.
That's how they do it.
That's what Macy says. Watch a video of a monkey.
Monkeys
doing
are cool.
it. They're awesome. They're cool to watch. Like besides those, or penguins at the zoo are like my two favorite.
Penguins are Melissa's favorite animal.
Yeah, that's the wife's favorite, I think, too.
And we saw penguins in person for the first time in Hawaii.
Wow.
Out of all places, you would think
You want to see a lot of penguins in person up close?
I do. I do want to see that. Mark.
Go to Boston's aquarium in downtown Boston.
Yeah. Are they just
Uh,
running around?
Like the entire first floor is nothing but penguins.
Love it. I love that.
It's crazy. And it's like every type of penguin just about, except for emperors. I don't think they have any emperors there.
Those are the ones that had to be cold, right?
Right, really, really, really cold. Right.
Yeah.
But they have all these other, and it's cool. Like they have a little flashlight that you can play with that looks like a fish. It sort of shines like a fish silhouette in the water, and you can make the penguins chase it. It's awesome. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But
we do need, that was Boston, the Boston
Yep.
Boston
Aquarium.
Aquarium.
Yep.
So we were in, and before we went to Hawaii, I just assumed penguins had to be cold, and that is not. They had to be in cold environments. That's not true because
not
they
true.
were.
You can house them
scurrying
right there in your
about.
bathtub if you want to.
What are they called? African penguins, the ones that can be warm, and then you've got the like
Right,
emperor.
because they're found in Africa.
Really?
Right.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know they could be like hot.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
either way, but yeah. So they were like we stayed in the hotel we stayed in was the Hilton Hawaiian Village, but the first floor of most of the hotels are the same. They're like open landscape where you're like indoors and you're outdoors. There's no real
Yeah. that's cool.
doors there. You're just there.
Yeah.
And the penguins and flamingos are just like walking around everywhere. Like you're checking in and a penguin standing next to you. It was really cool. Yes,
See,
absolutely.
I don't know
It
if
was
I could
cool.
do that because the wife would she would get arrested trying to take one home.
Well, they waddle away, but I mean, I guess they think that you're gonna feed them. But anyways, it's
Yeah.
really cool. It's
How
cool.
fast do they waddle?
Like,
Faster I can't run and catch it.
I mean, they're pretty fast. They've been
Yeah.
doing it their whole lives. If I had,
Well, I mean, I would have.
okay, so if I'm a penguin,
He's gonna waddle.
like, I'm not
Let's
gonna
do it.
waddle. So, okay, so it waddles. It's like,
Right.
but if you're chasing it, okay, because that's its normal waddle.
Right.
It's like,
Interesting.
and you're not gonna catch it because you got to bend down, and when you bend down, it waddles away.
Mm.
You couldn't catch it.
If someone has a penguin, I need you to bring it on set one day so we can try and catch it.
In my mind, it's like Rocky when he's chasing the chicken.
Yeah, but they catch chickens though, because I used to catch them all the time as a kid.
Well, you could probably catch a penguin, I suppose, but
Okay.
it's not going to be. You're not going to easily.
Well,
Look how hard Rocky had of a time.
well, that's because it was for a movie. You know.
Did you know that there were active volcanoes on the moon when dinosaurs were alive?
Dogs sniff good smells. I was gonna skip over the whole moon incident.
Oh, that's right. Somebody doesn't believe we went to the
It has
moon.
nothing to do with going to the moon. That fact though. So you can keep talking about it if you want to.
Nope. Dogs sniff good smells with their left nostril.
That's right, and bad smells with the right.
So they walk. So if you have a dog, and it smells a bad smell, it smells it with its right nostril,
Mm-hmm.
and if it decides that it's a good smell, it'll switch to the left nostril, just to.
Now I'm
Breathe
assuming
in.
you knew this fact. You had to.
The dog
Yeah.
did not.
Really?
We don't get it. We never. So the canine officer, we didn't
No,
get
don't
into
you,
that.
you ain't got to tell yourself. It's okay.
But yeah, they don't teach. They're like, hey, if he's smelling a good smell, he'll sniff it with it. No,
No?
absolutely not.
Okay. Two body parts that don't stop growing.
Yes.
I didn't know.
I knew ears. I didn't know nose.
Yeah, ears and nose. Yep. The ears and your nose.
Can you imagine how big my nose is gonna be if God allows me to live till 90?
Oh
Because
my
it's all
gosh. Right.
look at this nose, folks. When I'm 90, and the rest of my face doesn't. Well, my face is gonna keep growing because I'm getting, but it keeps growing out. That's gonna be a.
Well, it doesn't necessarily grow just out,
Snoz.
but it grows wider too, I think, and just kind of more bulbous. Is that a word? More like
You made it.
more like just rounder and fatter. and-
Yeah. Well, and your ears. I did know ears, so your ears keep growing.
Right.
And your nose.
It's true.
That's wonderful.
Well, speaking of ears, that's a long intro.
That was a long. That is a long intro.
Let's
I
let's-
think I hear the intro coming.
Yeah.
What's that Johnny Cash song? I hear the train a coming.
Mhm.
See, I sound
Coming
so
round
much
the
like
bend.
Johnny Cash that we're gonna get
I ain't
gigged for
seen
this
the
now.
sun
They'll be like,
since-
nope, copyright.
I don't know when.
I'm stuck in Folsom
There you go.
Prison,
Mm-hmm.
and time keeps dragging on.
Yes.
Beyond Limits Films present. A positive, motivating, real news, fun, interactive, prize-winning, gift-giving podcast. Start your mornings with the guys. Welcome to Beyond Limits.
So that was a very long intro, but it was fun. I had a good time.
It was
I hope
fun.
you guys enjoyed it. So today is National POW and MIA Recognition Day.
Yes.
So prisoners of war and missing in action. Ever since 1989, a presidential proclamation brings the nation together to remember and honor the members of the armed forces who remain missing in action or are prisoners of war. The day serves as a call to action, reminding the nation to rededicate our efforts. We're responsible for bringing our patriots home and for caring for our military families awaiting word of their loved ones.
82,000. There are currently 82,000 veterans, military members that are still missing in action. Obviously, this is from older wars. It's not a current thing, which typically happens, but we're talking specifically World War II and the Vietnam War. Those were the two big ones for MIAs and POWs, which that's a lot of people. So
Oh, yeah.
either way, so today is National POW MIA Recognition Day.
That's it.
So if you can somehow on your timeline thank them, thank the families, think of them. Imagine having a family member not only not return, but like you don't know what happened to them the rest of your life. Like you don't know. There's no like closure in that, and so yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hashtag POWMIA Recognition
There you go.
Day.
You put it up there. That
Yeah,
was
I
very
did.
fast.
I did. That's how I roll. A little bit of good news.
Yes. Oh yes, I love these good news. That's
Yes.
probably loud in your ears.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
This is cool. Go.
So a New Jersey couple.
Yep.
They are regulars at a local diner.
Mhm.
Alyssa Ayala and Jason Medina.
Congratulations.
Right. They have been going to this diner for a while now, and the last 2 years they've used the same waitress every day, and
This is so
they left her a tip, and the tip wasn't just money;
Right?
it was their car,
It was a car.
a title in hand, key in hand, no money owed. Thank you for taking care of us.
Here's a car.
Here's your car.
Here's a car.
Awesome.
That is cool.
They were gifted. That's awesome. Just random acts of kindness, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
There, it was kind of out of. Obviously, they went there. You don't walk around with a title in your hand all the time,
Right,
so
right,
they
right.
knew and they plotted this.
Oh yeah,
That's really cool.
100%.
Like that. Even when they went home, they said, "Today we are going to gift a car to this waitress,"
Yep.
and it's really cool. Yeah. There was in Texas. There was a Mexican food.
Which did you find in Texas?
You do. Well, you
Lots of
find
places do.
Taco Bell is everywhere, friend.
Oh my gosh. You know what? You're gonna make me walk off this show.
Authentic Mexican food, but so there's this girl whose dad owns a food truck, and I think we have a picture. I don't know. I think we have a picture of this, but so they own a food truck, and her dad has been making like less and less money. Like because people were so busy, nobody has been frequenting the food truck. She said his daily earnings, the dad's daily earnings they have been $60. One day he would bring home $40, $20, but she said that like one time last week, her dad only made $6 the entire day from his food truck for 12 hours. $6. So she puts it on social media, and the daughter does, and she writes, "I wouldn't normally do this, but my dad's taco truck business is struggling. He only sold $6 today. If you could retweet, I would appreciate you so much." And boom, it got retweeted. That's a hard word.
Yeah. You're struggling
Retweeted.
there. Yeah. Retweeted.
Well, you say it so. Say it again.
Retweeted.
I'm going to say it like you.
Okay.
So it got retweeted
There you go. Perfect.
more than 2,000
Mhm.
times. And when he showed up to work the next day, there was a line of customers. Like, they sold out of food the next day. They had to shut down, go get more food, and come back. And it has been busy ever since. The daughter said, I'm so moved because people finally know that my dad's food is good. There are so many people, and my dad was kind of shocked because he didn't think there would be a turnaround like that so quickly.
Man, now you made me want to have some Mexican food for lunch.
Can we? Let's go get food.
Let's do
Let's
it.
go get
I
Mexican
like
food.
it. We even
We
have
have
Taco Bell in Canada.
Do they serve? And this is a real question. Donna Phipps, Crabtree, Canada. Do they serve the
Same thing.
same thing as they do here in America in Taco Bell up there? Because it differs.
Right.
Like McDonald's in Hawaii, back to Hawaii, serve Spam.
They do. Spam is delicious.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And like Hawaii is the number one, like the Spam capital of the world,
It is.
which is nuts.
It's because it's canned meat. Preservation. Just to get to Hawaii, so. Anyway, it's cost effective. But yeah. So, let us know.
Do you ever start a sentence and you don't know where it's going to end up?
I feel like I start sentences and don't where they end up all the time. Yes. I feel like that's how I live my life. Why not? It's fun that way.
So she said,
I kind of start my days that way too.
just surprise.
Just, yeah. What are you going to do for tonight? I don't know. Let's let it just happen. Let's go on an adventure.
Yeah.
If you can't make life an adventure,
What
right?
good is it?
yeah.
So she says we don't have all the choices that you do,
Oh, nice.
that we do in America.
So they have limited choices.
Yeah.
Not just different, but limited. That's not fair.
It's not. Hey, it's gonna glitch, Macy. I'm excited about today's devotion.
Are you?
I am.
I am too.
So there's a lot of people, man. There's people out here that's gonna be watching this. I have to preach Sunday. There's people out there that's gonna be watching this that you think that God is done with you, or you can't be used by God, or you've never been used by God that you can see up to this point, or maybe you want to be used by God and you don't quite know how. I think that society, I think our culture, I think this time has got us to this point because people are just starting to look around and they're like, man, it seems like there's a lot of bad. It seems like we're living in Revelation or Daniel or whatever, and people are really focused, Christians are really focused on God's return, Christ's return right now. I think more so than ever, but you got to think that, in 1948 when Israel became a nation, this was a talk then too. Oh, right. Israel's a nation. Jesus must be returning soon. So, I mean, granted, that is one thing that had to happen, but a lot of things had to happen. It is, the Bible calls them birthing pains. It's going to be stuff that happens and slowly gets faster and faster and faster and faster. But I think Christians are talking about it more now than ever, right. And they're starting to focus on, okay, what can I do? Can I be used? Or maybe my past is kind of bad, so God can't use me, and nothing could be further from the truth if that's what you think. Hopefully that's not what you think, but if it is, the Bible's full of God using people who weren't qualified to be used and using them miraculously, right. Using them just in crazy ways. So this devotion's for you if you've ever thought or have been thinking any of those things.
That's it.
It's for you.
Let's get to it.
Can we?
Why not?
Because I got to make it big on the screen.
Oh, I have good vision. I can see.
You really do. And if y'all look at Mark's eyes while we're doing this, you're gonna see that sometimes he has to look down. It's because I accidentally scroll up too fast. I'm controlling over here, and he doesn't get it. So if you think that you can't be used by God, or you want to be used by God, this devotion is for you. Share it out to people. New missionaries, share it out to them. New church planners, share it out to them. Let them be motivated, because it goes into that specifically. So
it does.
This one's titled, God is Not Done With You. Brandon Nicholson, great job. It's a common struggle with people, or with most people. We try to fix ourselves on our own. We see the sin in our life, or have the feeling that we are not doing enough for God. And the first thing we try to do is work harder to make ourselves better. What generally happens is the changes that we make work well for a small period of time, but ultimately we cannot sustain it and we fall back into the same rut that we tried to crawl out of. Have you ever been there, or maybe you are there right now?
Perhaps God has pointed out a sin in your life and you are trying over and over again to get rid of it. But what you find is that no matter what you do, that sin still finds a way to creep back into your life. Or perhaps you feel like God is calling you onto the mission field. When you get there, you try so hard to make it work, but you feel like you are spinning your wheels while nothing gets accomplished.
Yeah, and I can see them feeling that. I can see, where's the crowd?
Right.
There's a church planter in Arizona, Yuma, Arizona, the Vertical Church. Anyways, it's pastored by Jason Taylor. It was a plant, so he started from nothing, and he told me a story about how they had their launch. They sent out all the flyers. It was going to be at their house because they're just starting, and nobody showed up.
Oh, wow.
Not one single person, not even like their friend, like nobody showed up. And he was like,
What are we doing
What
here?
are we going to, yeah,
right.
I have missed, something is not right. I read this wrong.
Right.
And now it is one of the most successful. I mean, they got 5 services on a weekend.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
it is,
It's
and
good.
it was a period of testing for them, and it was really cool to see how it worked out. Perhaps you are wrestling with trying to find your purpose in life. You keep trying out new things on your own, only to discover that each new position is not for you. You begin to question whether you even have a purpose in life at all. The problem when we try doing these things on our own is that we're doing things by ourselves. We leave God out of the equation and try doing everything on our own. We hear Him or feel Him point out our issues to us, but when it comes to trying to correct them, we want to take it all alone. Why do we constantly try to do it this way?
The ultimate result from all these scenarios is what we feel like God has done with us. We get the sense that if we can't get things right, God will just say He's had enough and give up on us. We picture God growing tired of seeing us mess up over and over again and just say, that's it. There's no hope for you. Please tell Him I'm not the only one.
Yeah, you are not the only one.
Please tell me I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Right.
sure that everybody who's watching this has at some point felt that way. Let us just speak a little bit of truth over you all for y'all. Over y'all for just a little bit. God will never. We're looking at you. God will never give up on you, and He will never say that you are hopeless. That's not the God we serve. Philippians 1:6, this is Paul's letter, says, being confident of this, that He, God, who began a good work in you, will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Listen to us. God is not done with you. Whatever your situation or struggle, God is able to save, restore, or provide strength for what you need. He will never point out a sin in your life and leave you hanging there to fix it on your own. He will never call you out to the mission field and not provide everything you need to make it work. He will never stir something up inside of you and not lead you to where you need to go.
Whatever it is that God is trying to do with you, He will carry it on to completion. Just as the verse says, our job is quite simple. We have to get out of the way and let God work. However, our problem is we get so fixated on trying to do things on our own that we don't let God do the work for us. Do you believe that God can do anything? Do you believe that God is all-powerful and all-knowing? If you do, why is it so hard to believe that He can't provide what you need to overcome your obstacles?
Yes.
It's like the old saying goes, and this is one that anyway, I've known for a long time, heard as a kid growing up and all that, but we need to let go and let God.
Say it again.
We need to let go and let God. Actually,
That's really good.
just a side tangent on that.
Tangent away, my
right,
friend.
So I did a small paper in school based off just that one little saying.
Let go, let God.
Just going into the meaning of it, because it was for English class about poetry, and you had to find a poem, and technically that is a poem.
Yep.
Right. And so I used that, and I went into a whole paper about it and everything like that, and the meaning of it. It was, anyway, side note, pretty cool. So I've always
That's really cool.
always been like a back burner to like my thoughts and stuff.
Yeah.
My, of always how I've kind of pushed forward.
I like because we get stuck thinking because. And it's human nature to place limitations on what can be done. It's
Right.
just because we see what we've done in our past and we make future judgments based off of what we've been able to do in the past. And we don't often, if not most of the time, allow room for God to work because we place it on our own shoulders, our abilities. And that's let go, let God. That is the truth.
Something so small and simple.
Yeah.
It carries it out. I mean, just the weight of that meaning is crazy.
Yeah, stop confining your future potential based off of what you think God can or cannot do. Trust me, He can do so much more through you. Practically speaking, how can we get out of the way and let God finish His work in us? There was a bug or something.
That's all right.
The short answer is this: pay attention. The short answer is this: total surrender, and that's a scary thing to do. We have to be able to give up control of all parts of our life. We cannot hang on to the parts of it or some parts of it and let God have the rest. We must give it all up, and that's not easy. It takes practice. Total surrender may be the hardest thing you ever have to do as a Christian. You can begin to do this by starting each day new and fresh.
And what we mean by that is beginning each day in prayer and not taking yesterday's mistakes, worries, and fears into the clean slate of the day. As you talk to God, let Him have
Yes.
all the junk from yesterday and start new. Then throughout the day, when those anxieties and fears start creeping back in, immediately take those thoughts captive and hand them over to God Almighty. Spend some time in the Word to receive the encouragement that you need to accomplish God's purpose for you. Take things one day at a time. When we start to get too far ahead of ourselves, worry and anxiety infiltrates. Giving up control is hard, but remember, God is always in control and can make things easier.
Yeah, and before we move on we've only got like 2 or 3 paragraphs left, and normally we talk about it, but we're kind of breaking it down in between it.
Yeah.
It's good to have an itinerary, a list of things to get completed. Don't get fixated on thing number 3, 4, 5 if you hadn't done one. Let number 1 be your concern. That is one of the biggest problems that I have, third person, that I have, is that I see the list of, like with this show, okay? This is real talk here. I see where I want it to end up, and being focused on where I want it to end up causes an anxiety where it'll keep me awake, I'll be stuck in this place of, man, I want to be here, but there's like 80 steps in between here and there, and then it just turns into this huge problem where it's like, man, how in the world is that ever going to happen, you know?
Right.
And God says, and the Bible says, and every person who has ever been successful has said, listen, you need to take this and go one at a time. You need to go step 1 and then step 2 and step 3. So we're not focusing on step 127. We're focused on the very next step. So that is one of the biggest pieces of advice out of this whole devotion today is, like Mark said, let go, let God, and don't get focused on steps that bridges you're not even trying to cross right now. You know, what's the saying? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Right.
For a reason, and that's, you take it one step at a time. Here's another thing. Your life is not too dirty for God to clean it up. And that's huge. Your life is not too messy for God to restore it to order. He will never grow tired of your mistakes, and He will never give up on you. The prophet Isaiah says in chapter 64, verse 8, "Yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay, you are the potter, and we are the work of your hand." Have you ever witnessed a potter or seen a potter take a mound of clay and turn it into a beautiful piece of work? You probably have. Have you ever done that?
I've never done it. Well, never done it personally. No.
Yeah.
No. Now I've poured like the stuff into like a mold
Uh-huh.
and let it make itself. Like a clay fixture or
Oh, okay, yeah,
the
yep.
stuff that you go
Mhm.
to the, like the what do you call it? I guess like the pin and
Pottery
peacock,
barn,
like type thing,
Stuff
right?
like that, yeah.
Where they actually have it there for you, just paint it. But I've gone to a place where you do the whole process.
Yeah.
Like you mix all the plaster stuff together, pour it into the mold, let it dry, open it, you just chip away, make it all nice and smooth. And anyway,
What do you
Just
think of? And I want to see if we're
You-
on the same
you know
place.
what I think of.
What-
Wait.
Hold on. Wait.
Wanna
Don't-
reenact it?
Look that way. Close your tiny little ears.
Okay, close it. Am I good?
No, not
Oh,
not yet.
okay.
I think he goes to the movie Ghost.
Tap me on my
Like
shoulder
the-
when you're ready.
Like Ghost. Oh my.
Okay.
What do you think of when like
We're talking about clay and
yeah,
potting
yeah,
and
yeah.
making pottery.
yeah.
The movie Ghost. Yes. I like it. You know, right?
That's if it wanted to be weird, I would But it's like, oh my love,
Mhm.
my darling. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I told you he was gonna go there. We're there.
Mhm.
Yeah, continue that thought though. I don't even know if there was more left. That was one
No,
of them.
no. I was gonna say we should reenact it, but probably not. That's
It
probably
is
not.
quite mesmerizing, Brandon says, we should reenact it, to actually see.
Yeah.
We're on the blue now.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You don't have to be an expert to realize that mound of clay cannot form itself into a beautiful vase on its own. It takes the potter.
Yeah.
Right? Without the potter, it still looks like a blob of clay spinning on a wheel. God is the potter.
Mm.
We are the clay. It takes the work of his hands to shape us into who we are meant to be. He takes your sin and the mistakes of your past, present, and future and keeps adding it to the clay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how messy it gets, doesn't matter how messy it was or it will be. God is the master potter and can take anything, and we mean anything, and turn it into a masterpiece.
Absolutely. God is not finished with you yet. None of us will ever arrive or be completed until the day we meet Jesus face to face. All of us will be a continual work in progress from now until the end. God can help you remove that sin in your life if you let him work. God will give you what you need. When you are out on the mission field, if that's where you are watching us from right now and you're on the mission field, God will give you what you need. If you make sure he is part of the work, God will lead you to your purpose if you are patient and ask him to take the lead.
Right. The key is we have to be the clay and stop trying to be both the clay and potter.
Yeah.
Let God be the potter. We must be willing to let the hand of God press in on us and shape and mold us into the person we are meant to be. He will carry his work onto completion. He will finish his masterpiece. That is a promise. We must let him do the work and get out of the way. Again, we must let go and let God. What a great devotion.
I love that.
I mean, and that's perfect. I mean, so many people are stuck in that rut of they're trying to be the clay and the potter both at the same time, and you
Yep.
can't. Now, I'm not saying that you're just clay. You can go out there and pick better clays. I'm sure there's better clays to use for different things, right?
Yep.
So make that mindful choice of what kind of clay am I going to be.
Yeah.
Right. But don't try and sculpt it.
Yeah.
Right. Put your hands in God. Let him do his work.
Yeah. And that's a good point.
Right.
And I don't even know if you know how big of a point you just made. What this does not mean is that, hey, I'm going to sit at home in my house and eat Funyuns because God's got his plan and he's going to force it upon me. Aha! That's not the case.
Although I do like Funyuns.
I enjoy a good Funyun.
Yes,
I
like the
do.
spicy ones down they have.
See, I'm old. I'm old school.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't not like the old school ones, right?
It's a double negative. You can't not use
I-
that sentence and like
no,
that.
you can if you put what is it, the comma? Yeah.
So you're not going to sit at home, or don't expect, let's put it that way. Don't expect to sit at home and have, God just rip the bag of Funyuns out of your hand and say, here's your purpose in life. No, you have to actively be seeking God, seeking that purpose, and chasing after him, and God will go after you. There are very few accounts of God doing that, which is why the story of Saul at the time on the road to Damascus is, it worked for him, but it's so rare that everybody looks back at that and says and refers to that story. God wants you to take charge and live for him and pursue him. You want to see his will for your life, chase after him. He's going to show you some stuff. He is, but don't put limitations on him. Don't go into this agreement with God with limitations set on God on what he can and cannot do for you, because when
Or
you
expectations that we're expecting him to do.
there you go.
Right.
There you go, friend.
Right. Yeah. So You said Damascus clay. My mind went straight to, or Damascus, not clay, but the city of Damascus. And my mind went straight to the forest and fire, making Damascus steel knives and things like that. I wonder if they're named after the same place.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. A knife, making knives out of Damascus steel.
Do
Anyway,
you know what that is?
it makes the little wavy lines in the knife blade.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm still thinking about you, which I kind of skimmed over, referencing, hey, maybe we can reenact the ghost scene.
Is that where your mind's at?
That's where it's been at the whole time,
maybe,
man.
Maybe we'll just do a post.
A picture post.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
she's got a Damascus steel blade right there. That's it.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Look it up. Damascus steel blade.
Yeah.
So, hey, listen, no matter what you're doing, where you're at, where you're watching this from, stop. Stop putting limits on what God can or can't do, even more what God can and can't forgive. Because there's nothing in your past, there's nothing in your future that isn't, if you're a Christ follower, covered in the blood of Jesus Christ. Christ didn't go to the cross and partially forgive all your sins or forgive 59% of your sins, but when you get to number 60, you know that's just too much for the blood of Christ. That's not how it works. And I hope you understand that. I hope you understand the gravity of Christ on the cross wasn't to partially cover your sin. It absolutely fully covers your sin. It was paid in full. You know, his redemptive act is not a partial redemptive act. It is fully. And so that's important to realize that if you're dealing with, you know, a sin in the past, or you've been thinking about it a lot lately, look what I've done. That maybe it's a sin that you're currently struggling with. You know, God can help you get out of that. But you've got to make the conscious decision to want to get out of that at the same time. God's not going to remove a sin that you don't want removed. He's not.
Right.
So, and maybe it's alcoholism. Maybe that's something you struggle with, you know, and it's like, man, maybe it's something that nobody knows about. You know, God does. God does, and he can help you get out of that, but you've got to want to get out of that. He's not going to force you out of that. We've got free will.
You got to stop taking that bad clay.
Yeah.
Take that good clay.
I'm going to tell you, Mark.
Yeah.
You've been on fire today. You really have. All the way from when you corrected me on saying armadillo, from the very first to the very last.
Hey, that's what I'm here for you, Paul.
Thank you.
You surround yourself with good friends, i.e. good clay, and you give God the opportunity to make you into a great vase.
And you'll
Or
have good grammar.
whatever type of clay pottery that you choose to be.
All right.
Right.
It's
You
Friday.
don't have to be a vase. You can do whatever you want.
I don't want to be a
You
vase.
can be a bowl, plate.
I would like to be a bowl.
Yes. I think it's the most useful.
A salad bowl. Because it could be filled up with salad.
Or soups.
Prove me wrong. Or soups.
Or meats. Really. Because a bowl, I think, is just the most useful, right?
Yeah.
So you have a plate. You really can't put soup in a plate. Right? Or noodles.
Right.
But you gotta have a bowl. A bowl you can put anything in a bowl. I challenge you.
You can even put another
Comment
bowl
below.
in a bowl.
What can you not put in a bowl?
Is there anything?
I don't know. I said comment below.
If you got
Let
a
me
big
know.
enough bowl, you can put anything in it.
That's what I thought.
Wow.
Right.
You
can
can sew a
put your- you
bowl.
can put your drinks in a bowl. It's just a big cup. Right? Seriously. I think it's the most useful. What do you call it? What is it? Not utensil. Dish, maybe?
Dish.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I like it. Great
You
Friday
blew my
show.
mind. There's nothing that you can't put in a bowl, and I'm
Great
trying to prove
Friday
you wrong.
show. I love it. I love it.
If the bowl is big enough, you can put the earth in it.
Well, true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I like
You're
it.
so smart.
No.
Your brain
I
is
just
huge.
have moments of genius.
Well, that was one of them.
You
The
know
whole
why?
show has been one.
Because I
What?
let go and I let God. He just spoke through me. It's great.
That's wonderful. I love that. Hey, I'm preaching on Sunday.
Yes.
I'm preaching on Sunday. So we're obviously, and if you don't know what we're doing
We're gonna live
on,
streaming here on the Beyond Limits channel.
we will.
That's
On
it.
Sunday, we give access to our page, the Beyond Limits page, to multiple churches throughout. So as time passes, we start in.
Japan.
Do we start? Yeah, we start in Japan.
Yes.
That's where it starts. And then as time passes, we go from Hope Alive, which is in Japan. Then we go to Eastern North Carolina, and then we go to Oklahoma, and then we go to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to kind of catch, when you would normally wake up, you're able to log on and catch that a church service from one of our many different pastors across the country, across the world. So yeah, and that's one of the pretty cool parts about the page is that you could just log on and catch a real church service.
Yeah,
So I like that.
I do.
But I'll be up there on Sunday.
I look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
No problem at all. Can you get donuts on
Do
the
what?
way home?
My wife
Yes.
asked if I can get
My wife.
donuts. Oh,
My wife, yes, I will get donuts on the way home. And I'm gonna have to wait in that long line at Dunkin' Donuts.
because it's tomorrow is, you said it.
I don't know if it's true or not,
But what is Talk Like a Pirate Day?
Is that tomorrow?
That is tomorrow.
Oh, so it's a promotional thing. It's not like a National Day thing. It's a promotional thing. That's not fun.
Well, yeah, but tomorrow is Talk Like a Pirate
Oh,
Day.
tomorrow is Talk Like a Pirate. Yeah, I just looked it up. Tomorrow is Talk Like a Pirate Day. So I'm gonna say this joke because it's my wife's favorite
Say
pirate
it.
joke.
Say it.
But what is a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
I be wrong. It's the C. My wife loves that joke.
Does everybody answer R to
Yes.
that? And then
Yeah, because you
see, I
said
thought I
pirate.
was like, oh, I just stumped Mark. That was easy.
Mm-mm.
R, be wrong. It's the C.
Mm-hmm. But you gotta be like, you gotta do it R like a pirate though.
Tomorrow is National. Don't forget today is National POW and MIA Day.
Right.
For those families like that. And tomorrow is National Talk Like a Pirate Day.
So apparently, if you go to Krispy Kreme tomorrow and talk like a pirate, they'll give you a free donut.
Yep. Yeah.
Something like that. Look it up. That's just what producer Macy says.
Go to KK tomorrow, and if they don't give you a free donut, say producer Macy said you would.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's it.
Yeah,
But
and
yes,
she
I will
will
stop
pay.
at the Dunkin' and bring home some donuts.
Have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend.
This was a good show.
I love it.
Past tense. Loved it.
Loved it.
I guess it's still happening.
I love it regardless if it's past tense or not.
Yeah.
I still love it. I'll love it tomorrow.
Stinking. Yeah, man.
Right. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.
It's going to be a little cooler this weekend. So the fall is coming upon us.
Is it really?
It is.
Unless
It
you're
is.
watching from Africa, in which case it's not.
Right. So I just keep thinking local. I need to start thinking bigger.
Yeah, big picture.
Big picture. Big bowl.
Have a good big bowl.
Big
Be a bowl.
Be a bowl.
Have a good weekend. Who?
Oh, Donna Crabtree does not have a Krispy Kreme. I'm so sorry.
I feel like we should prophesy over her that she needs to open up a Krispy Kreme. That's
mean,
not from God. That
pure
was from
prophet.
Paul. But yeah, I mean, y'all need a Krispy Kreme up there. Stat. Do y'all have? Just comment after the fact because we're about to close down. There's a little bit of time. Like, do y'all have Duck Donuts? Do y'all have Dunkin' Donuts? Do y'all have any type of
I'm sure
pastry
they got pastry shops.
pastry
They got to.
shops?
Anyway, Friday show. It was great. We love you guys. Have a good weekend.
We do love you guys. Have a great weekend.
That's it. And we'll see you guys Monday
Say
morning.
your name.
I am Mark.
And I am Paul, and this, my friends, has been Beyond Limits.
Yes, it has.
We're out.